Today our topic is what the Stoics taught about time management. Time is something we all have, but it is also something we often waste without thinking. The Stoics, who were ancient philosophers, believed that time is one of the most valuable things we have. They taught that how we use our time shows what we truly value in life. If we waste time, we waste life. If we use time well, we live well. This idea might seem simple, but it is very powerful. The Stoics were not just talking about being busy or doing many things. They were talking about using time in a way that brings meaning and purpose to our lives. Let me explain what they meant, and how we can use their wisdom to manage our time better. First, the Stoics believed that time is the only thing we cannot get back. If you lose money, you might earn it again. If you lose a friend, you might make a new one. But if you lose time, it is gone forever. This is why they said we must treat time as our most precious resource. They told us to think about how we spend every hour, every minute, because once it passes, we can never get it back. This idea is not just about being productive. It is about being aware of the value of every moment. If you spend an hour doing something meaningless, you have lost that hour forever. But if you spend an hour doing something that matters, you have used that hour well. The Stoics wanted us to ask ourselves, what is truly important to me? Am I spending my time on things that matter, or am I wasting it on things that do not? One of the most famous Stoics, Seneca, wrote a lot about time. He said that many people think they have a lot of time, but they are wrong. He compared life to a bottle of water. When the bottle is full, it seems like there is a lot of water. But if you pour it out little by little, it will soon be empty. Life is the same. When we are young, it seems like we have a lot of time, but as we get older, we realize how quickly it passes. Seneca said that we often waste our time because we do not think about how short life really is. We think we have time to do everything later, but later may never come. This is why the Stoics taught us to live in the present moment. They said that the past is gone, and the future is uncertain. The only time we have is now. We must use it wisely. Another important Stoic idea about time management is focus. The Stoics believe that we should focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot control. This is very important when it comes to time. We cannot control how much time we have in life, but we can control how we use it. Many people waste time worrying about things they cannot change. They worry about the past or the future, but this does not help them. The Stoics said that worrying about things we cannot control is a waste of time. Instead, we should focus on what we can do right now. For example, if you have a project to finish, do not waste time thinking about how hard it is or how much time you have left. Just start working on it. Focus on the task in front of you and do it well. This is how you make the most of your time. The Stoics also taught us to set priorities. They said that not all tasks are equally important. Some things are urgent but not important. Other things are important but not urgent. The key is to focus on what is truly important. Many people spend their time on urgent tasks, like answering emails or doing small chores, but they forget about the important tasks, like spending time with family or working on their goals. The Stoics said that we must decide what is most important to us and make time for those things. If we do not set priorities, we will end up wasting time on things that do not matter. For example, if your goal is to be healthy, you must make time for exercise and good food. If your goal is to learn something new, you must make time for reading or studying. The Stoics said that we must be clear about our priorities and use our time accordingly. Another Stoic lesson about time management is to avoid distractions. In today's world, there are many things that can take our attention away from what is important. Social media, TV, and other forms of entertainment can easily waste our time if we are not careful. The Stoics would tell us to be mindful of how we spend our time and to avoid things that do not add value to our lives. They said that we should ask ourselves, is this activity helping me grow? Is it making me better? If the answer is no, we should stop doing it. This does not mean we should never relax or have fun. The Stoics believed in balance, but they also believed that we should be intentional about how we spend our time. We should choose activities that bring us joy and help us grow, not just things that pass the time. The Stoics also taught us to be disciplined. Time management requires discipline. It is easy to procrastinate or to put off important tasks, but the Stoics said that we must resist this temptation. They believe that discipline is the key to a good life. If we are disciplined with our time, we can achieve our goals and live with purpose. For example, if you want to write a book, you must set aside time every day to write. If you want to learn a new skill, you must practice regularly. The Stoics said that small, consistent actions lead to big results over time. But this requires discipline. We must be willing to do the work, even when it is hard or when we do not feel like it. This is how we make the most of our time. Finally, the Stoics taught us to reflect on how we use our time. They believe that self-reflection is very important. At the end of each day, we should ask ourselves, how did I spend my time today? Did I use it well? Did I focus on what is important? This kind of reflection helps us become more aware of how we use our time and how we can improve. The Stoics said that self-awareness is the first step toward change. If we do not know how we are spending our time, we cannot make better choices. But if we take the time to reflect, we can learn from our mistakes and make better decisions in the future. In conclusion, the Stoics taught us that time is our most valuable resource. They said that we must use it wisely, focus on what is important, and avoid distractions. They also taught us to be disciplined and to reflect on how we use our time. These lessons are very relevant today, even though they were written thousands of years ago. In a world full of distractions and busyness, the Stoics remind us to slow down and think about what truly matters. They remind us that time is limited and that we must make the most of it. So, let us take their wisdom to heart. Let us use our time in a way that brings meaning and purpose to our lives. Let us focus on what is important, be disciplined, and reflect on how we use our time. If we do this, we can live a life that is not just busy, but meaningful. This is what the Stoics taught about time management, and it is a lesson we can all learn from.